Alright guys, this is it. This is the final battle. Final countdown. And it was pretty tough, I have to admit. This entire video is one battle. And I will die many, many times. I never really became super frustrated though. It was more just, I mean, there's so much space to maneuver, so you have tons of different strategies you can employ. I mean, that's the kind of gameplay I like, you know? When it's hard, but lots of space to move, lots of different options, so then you at least, you can think, and you can try different things. And you can go with trial and error and just gradually improve.
There's the artillery! But the company's been
Also, if you didn't know, cannibals are Batarians. I didn't realize that for a really long time. Cannibals are mutated, repified Batarians. And the Brutes are the Krogan. I didn't think about that. Brutes are Krogan. Brutes are Krogan-Turian hybrids.
Excellent.
I'll need you to open a link to the Normandy from the missile systems.
On it.
We are protecting these missile launchers. We need the missile launchers to blow up the Reaper guarding the big beam you've seen in my previous videos. That. We need to kill that.
That's it. I'll let you know when I've adapted the targeting systems.
Sounds like good news, Commander.
And I already figured bad things are coming, so I was just trying to position my party. Getting a drone out. Really miss turret for sequences like this. It really does help. If nothing else, just as a distraction, it's so nice. I miss it. I do. I have grown to like it over time. I just wish it wasn't so tiny. It's so small. I want a Cerberus turret, damn it. Ah well. Maybe they'll release it as a DLC bonus skill eventually, just super mega awesome turret face. Super mega awesome turret face. Sounds good. Sounds powerful. But in this sequence, really beneficial if you had a sniper rifle, I'd say. You can engage enemies at very long ranges, and definitely beyond the range of the Avenger. Beyond its effective range for the most part. I mean, you can still get hits off, but you're not bursting anything down quickly. A lot of my damage is going to come from just Incinerate and Energy Drain. From powers. Like so. And at some point, Javik died. And these guys are proving to be troublesome, and I'm starting to realize that this is probably not a great spot, but I think I stick to it anyway because I don't really care. Whatever.
I'm on it.
If I die, I die. If I don't, I don't. These guys just will not play nice, so have to go over to them. There it goes. And things went pretty well, you know, for a while. But this isn't the hard part. The hard part comes later. This is the easy part. And it is easy, it's really not hard. I'm not even taking, you know, great defensive positions. I could be positioning myself way better right now, but don't really need to. Here comes the hard part. This is actually the hardest part, in my opinion.
Your left flank is gone. They're headed your way. Sorry, sir.
Hang in there, soldier. Heads up. We've got more incoming.
Shit! We better cover our left flank!
So clearly they're going to be coming from over here. So place a drone, and I see them. And this is where I say a sniper rifle would be really nice. Black Widow, the Saber, even though it's an assault rifle, or just a Widow or whatever. But you just want to put out a lot of damage quickly, kill these guys as they drop down before they can really spread out and overwhelm you and flank you, which they will do. But again, that's not the hard part. That's the hard part. The Banshee, what you just heard. Because Banshees with significant fire support are really tough to deal with. Because they sync kill you when you get close. When they get close, they break your shields with their screams. They shoot out warps, which do a ton of damage, though they can be avoided pretty easily if you know what you're doing. And just all in all, bad times. Bad times. But I'm feeling kind of safe here. He's not really doing anything right now. So I'm trying to get my party members, you know, to safety, but I also really can't get line of sight on her either, which is problematic. And the longer I take to kill her, the less my chances of actually succeeding, because that means there's a greater chance of me screwing up and these guys flanking me. More time for the Marauders to buff the cannibals, more time for the cannibals to eat other guys, which just makes everything more difficult. So, speed is usually, momentum is usually very important when it is applied properly. And here's a warp. Tried to roll out of the way, but too slow. And it's been so long since I've been hit by one, I forgot how much damage they actually do, and I forgot their dot. So forced to use one of my medigels. And now I believe there's two, and that's a serious problem. 2 with fire support, that's going to be tough. I mean, with my current weapons, I don't have a lot of burst. And bursting these guys down quicker than they can regenerate shields is going to be a serious issue at this point. And I know it. I'm already well aware of my situation. And I die. Just like that. I mean, screen breaks your shields, and then they gun you down. And that's just how it goes. That is insanity. Comes with the territory, so, but I'm not discouraged. We will push on.
Hang in there, soldier. Heads up. We've got more incoming.
Shit! We better cover our left flank!
Frickin' left flank. So now I'm taking better defensive positions. I was hoping this would help more. Having this really large swath of cover in front of me. I have my guys positioned in front of me, so here's hoping. But it's really not going to work well. And you will see that in a moment. I do die a number of times here. It happens. I am just learning the fight. I'm sure a lot of players out there one-shotted this, but not I. Not on my NG. I thought that was amusing. We are bro. Hate Banshees. And unfortunately, I touch her, and so she touches me. Bad touch. And I actually managed to break it. If you spam F, or whatever your melee attack is, during sync kills, you will actually knock them off of you. If you spam it fast enough. But all it took was that one moment for her to get me, so, or rather for her to break my shields, and her friends got me, so time to move on. But I still feel like this might be defensible, so I'm going to try it again.
We better cover our left flank!
I don't like to abandon strategies too quickly. I'm a bit stubborn that way. Sorry if it's dark, guys. I could brighten it, but I feel like that kind of screws up the ambiance of the whole situation, so I'm going to just leave it. So I am now waiting and watching. You know what would be really good for this sequence? A sniper rifle that actually pierced targets. These guys actually line up really frequently. They line up right in the beginning of the fight as they kind of just walk towards you. Be really powerful. And I don't mean pierce like the piercing mod, I mean actually goes through multiple targets. So I'm beginning to realize this isn't going to work. Both of my party members are dead. I immediately res them because I need them. I need them as decoys if nothing else. I can't have all this fire directed on me. But they're getting taken out really quickly. I have finally gotten her down to her yellow bar though, so that's helpful. But there should be another one coming shortly. You wonder why I randomly cast cryo ammo on targets that have armor, and yeah, all of a sudden, oh shit. Well, I'm dead. Stabbed through the chest. Curses. I cast cryo ammo on guys because it's my understanding that at least the evolution of cryo ammo I have, it weakens armor. I think even base cryo ammo weakens armor, and I don't know what that means necessarily. I assume it means that they just take more damage if they have a yellow bar.
Hang in there, soldier. Heads up. We've got more
So now
incoming.
I'm realizing that I'm engaging these guys well beyond my effective range, or rather, I'm positioning myself well beyond my effective range. So I'm trying to engage them a little closer, or at least position my party members a little closer. But this isn't really going to work out either, as you can probably tell because we have a huge amount of video left. We're not even halfway done. This isn't even the whole fight. There's still quite a bit more. So at this point, I'm really not sure what to do, beyond just trying to burst this Banshee down as quickly as possible, so I'm going to start using grenades to help accomplish that. And I'm now trying to move my guys out of the way so they don't just get insta-gibbed. But now the stupid grunts are getting to be a problem. Of all of the places on Earth, this was really the only sequence that I thought the Avenger wasn't really cutting it. Was trying to burst down these Banshees. It really just wasn't enough. Especially with incendiary ammo. If I had, you know, warp ammo or something, it'd be different, but not the case. And that's not good. I am within her range to be smacked by her scream. I'm trying to interrupt her with a carnage, but I'm going to probably die. And I realize at this point that this is not sustainable. I need to get out of here now. But I'm really hurt. So right here, I just leave. And for once, I actually find that it's better to hide in a small box than in open territory, but I still die. But it's at this point I realize that maybe I should go in the box. Maybe that'll be more easily defensible than just the open ground, and it'll be easier for me to just kind of
Hang in there, soldier.
funnel them into a choke point, or even just having, you know, these walls to hide behind and these tables and whatever would be better. So this is what I try, and I go by this desk with extra ammo, and I think there's actually a grenade box right next to me too. And this is actually what I stick to, I believe, for the rest of the fight. This is what worked for me, really. So now I'm just waiting, which I hate. Waiting for them to come to me. I'm not going to try to attack them at all when they're approaching, which is unfortunate because they do group up. Maybe I'll try to attack them a little bit, but... And here comes the Banshee. And you'll see that this actually does prove quite effective. If you would just get the hell over here. Come on. So she gets into our box, and she just starts using Scream, but I'm positioned behind cover that's protecting me from Scream. And she's also right next to me, so that allows me to really just go full auto on her with the Avenger. But I'm starting to get shot by other guys, and I realize it. I'm going to start trying to deal with that. And I'm not sure if this is like a victory or anything, but I'm starting to learn more what I want to do in the fight. And just kind of understand what I need to do in the fight, which is important to actually succeed. But thus far this is working quite well, but that grenade certainly is not helpful, but cover switch, hide in my little corner, cover switch back, and done and done. And I've just about finally killed the Banshee, and I do actually finally kill her, yay. So that's one threat, actually. Oh, she's not dead. Well, she's a tick away. Just die. Die, 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 die. Now she's dead. But now he's flanking me, and that's a problem, so I'm not quite sure how I want to deal with it. Because I was waiting for a recharge, but now he's gone. But I now hear another Banshee. And these guys are now all around me, and are all outside this box. They're just surrounding me outside this box. But what I did to one Banshee should theoretically work against the other Banshee, but unfortunately no, she actually teleports on top of the cover I was hiding behind. So here, I again just run like hell, and I'm not sure what happens. I don't remember if I survive or what. Definitely realize that this is not good. What's happening now is not good. You'll notice that again, and I've talked about this before, I use medigel very liberally. When I need to use it, I use it. I do not save it. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die, so I need to use it right now. And that's how I manage, a lot of people ask me, how do you, survive outside of cover? How did you survive that run and whatever? How are you not dying? Well, a big part of that, beyond just positioning, is, and properly sprinting and whatever, is just using the medigel. It gives you brief invulnerability when you use it. It's really important to take advantage of that. I do, all the time. That's how I survive. Of all the things I've invested in, one of the big ones was just buying extra slots for medigel. So right now, I'm not sure where everybody is. I'm just kind of looking around. I do know my party members are alive, and lo and behold, they've actually been tying up this Banshee most of this time. She's kind of just been in here wailing away at those guys. I imagine they were probably behind cover and she was spamming them with her scream or something, or who knows. I don't know. Maybe she killed them and my medigel resurrected them. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to it, but she was away from me, and that's all I really care about. So I'm just bursting her down. And it's going pretty well so far. This might actually be my success, so I don't know. There's a lot of video left. Maybe I just get to an autosave and then die, and then I just continue from the autosave. I don't remember. All I know is this is taking a while, and I'm running low on ammunition at this point. But there goes the second Banshee. But I already hear and see that there are more enemies, so... And I do not want to die here. I'm not taking extra risks. Actually, I think I do. I think I try to flank them, but whatever. I don't die from this, from what I recall. Waiting for energy drain. Waiting for my global cooldown. There we go. And I probably am going to try to find... Ah, yes, I do die some more, but I finally hit an autosave.
Let's do it. Here they come.
And I just skipped some plot stuff. That's why there was a transition. But now, here come the brutes. Many brutes. And by many, I mean many, many, many brutes. There's at least 3, if not 4. But who cares? You could have literally 10 brutes. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Brutes are not hard to kill. I can burst them down super fast, and they really... If I'm really, really trying, I will avoid them basically every time. They're really predictable. They very visibly tell you what they're going to do. They telegraph what they're going to do. And they just have armor. They don't have barriers, and I'm an engineer. I can deal with armor pretty easily for the most part. Though things do get a little dicey, I think, as I start running low on ammunition. And he's going to charge me in a moment. And now I'm between 2 of them, which is problematic. So I just run away, and I'm afraid that there are other enemies just out and about that I'm not seeing that are going to shoot me, but they're not really there. I definitely do die, I think, at some point. But I don't think it's to the brutes. And Javik is dead. They killed him. And yes, I know I'm locking myself into a small space, but it really doesn't matter. And I can always get out if need be. But more brutes are just coming and coming. And I'm running dangerously low on ammunition. And though I can kill them, just killing them with powers is probably going to become problematic. So I think I do kill this one basically with just powers for the most part. Beyond this last bit of ammo. But I think I see another one coming. And right now I really would prefer some ammo, but I do kill him. That one is done, and it wasn't a brute that I saw, it was a harvester that I saw, and actually this harvester I killed pretty much with just powers. Unless I find ammo at some point, but I'm... No, I definitely just kill him with powers, just straight up powers, but not a problem. Harvesters aren't a big deal when they don't have, you know, a bunch of fire support. At the end of the day, he's just essentially a Ravager, really. And right now he's turning around to kill my drone, which I thought was funny. But he's just about gone. James is also using the Grawl Spike Thrower, which does a ton of damage against armor, and huge nuclear explosion. They should have done 2 harvesters, I think. Though if they had, it becomes almost impossible to get shots off because of how rapidly they fire, so I can understand why they didn't. But now more Banshees come, which is bad. And here I am very lucky. Number 1, I find ammo, which is great. But I had, and you might think I knew this was here, I had no idea there was a hybrid missile launcher here. I had no idea whatsoever, so that's convenient. And 1 Banshee solved, essentially. That makes things much easier. But many, many, many Banshees everywhere. And I'm starting to lose hope. Because there's at least 2 at this point. If not 3. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, there's 2, and there's starting to be Marauders. That's what it is. And that's a really dangerous combination, so I really don't know what to do anymore. But things will be revealed pretty soon. I think I might die soon. Maybe. I can't imagine I went through the entire last 12 minutes of this battle without dying. But I don't remember. So I'm going into my little safe zone, my happy place, and I see, okay, missiles are ready for launch. I need to go over there. But I really don't want to die in the process. Really, really, and fortunately those guys were attacking my party members at the time, though I had plenty of medigel to deal with them, even if they did shoot me. And right now, I just want to go to those missile controls. I'm eyeing them. I'm just waiting for an opportunity, so I'm trying to deal with these guys. And I want my shields to be full before I go. And here they start to recharge, and guys, this is it. I actually didn't die. I didn't realize. That's it. That's the game, guys. That was the final fight. There isn't a big bad. It's just... it's a huge survivability mission. So, and I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with breaking away from tradition. It was certainly hard. Hardest fight in the game? I don't know. Maybe. That's debatable. But I'm sure there's tons of opinions about it on the nets already, on the interwebs. So... I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. That was it. That was the end of my Insanity Engineer playthrough. 58 episodes. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one.